This meeting is called to order in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Law. In accordance with Chapter 231 of the Public Laws of 1975, adequate notice of this meeting has been provided. This meeting of December 1st, 2025 was published in the Courier News and Star Ledger and placed on the Borough's website and bulletin board at Borough Hall. A copy of this notice is available to the public, and a copy of this statement shall be included in the minutes of this meeting. Mayor Brian Gallagher.
Here.
Council members, Teresa Bonner.
Here.
Andrew Conti.
Here.
Glenn Denny.
Here.
Randy Pitts.
Here.
Gina Stravic.
Here.
Roger Vroom.
Here. All right, please stand for the salute to the flag. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, can I have a motion for approval of the minutes of November 17?
So moved. Second?
Discussion? Roll call.
Council members, Teresa Bonner.
Yes.
Andrew Conti.
Yes.
Glenn Denny.
Yes.
Randy Pitts.
Yes.
Gina Stravic.
Yes.
Roger Vroom.
Yes.
Okay, departmental reports and notices. We have two. One, the reorganization meeting for the Borough Council is January 1 at the Somerville Middle School at 12 noon, at high noon, with a reception in the cafeteria immediately following. And then on November 13th, we received a letter from Charles Eder from the Somerset County Tax Board. They, at their meeting on January 13th, will be discussing and possibly making a determination if Somerville is required to perform a revaluation. We went through this probably about 10 or so years ago, about 10, 11 years ago, and the valuations are becoming a little bit inconsistent. So the County Tax Board will be discussing that, and we will have representation there as well. Committee reports. Andrew.
Historic Advisory Committee met and discussed the continuing projects that are going on at the Borough Hall. Also, upcoming events. Nothing really major planned. Again, we're meeting again this month on the third Thursday of the month. Look forward to anybody who wants to come out for Historical Advisory Committee.
Okay, great. Gina.
The Board of Health met last Wednesday. They reviewed the quarterly items from the county health reports. Somerville Scott is here today, and they continue to find work in our community.
Okay, Glenn.
All right, Environmental Commission will not be meeting in December. We'll meet again on January 13th at 7 o'clock right here. And the fire department's super excited because the Holiday Lights Parade, the 14th annual one, is almost here. Come on out and see all the great apparatus decorated on this Saturday, the 6th at 6. So as soon as it gets dark, the lights will come out. So come on out and enjoy.
Awesome, thank you.
Thank you.
Teresa.
I don't have anything to report this week, sorry.
Okay, Randy.
At this time, I'd like to invite Officer Vito Spadea to come up and have a few words.
Randy put me on the spot, sort of, but this is actually it's been an overwhelming 2 weeks for me. Most of you in the town know that my house burned down on November 15th. Lost everything in the house, wife, 2 kids, everybody was safe, we weren't home, but nothing left. Never thought in a million years, and especially my 22 plus years of working in Somerville, that I made such an impact on the community because of the support that I received and my family received was and is unbelievable. I wish I could thank every single person that donated, reached out, brought us clothes that we needed for the day, for the week, until we were able to get some stuff. The schools have been outstanding, reaching out. Most of you know I teach DARE at ICS, and all the students wrote cards and had a clap off for me when I walked out of class, just to show support. People from the rescue squad who were there on scene who never realized it was my house until they, it's kind of fitting that you guys are here because they were in shock just as much. It's you respond to these calls all the time, and they looked at it and it's like, wow, it's one of our own who help others, and now we need to help you. And Mayor, I thank you showing up for the house and just checking on me, and everybody here who reached out and checked on me. We're doing okay. We've been in a hotel for a couple weeks, and tomorrow we move into a rental home until we eventually rebuild. But to all the citizens and residents of Somerville and in Bridgewater, that's where I live, I can't say thank you enough. My family can't say thank you enough for what you've done for me. So thanks.
We love you, Vito.
I think, just a quick comment, Vito. I think the level of support you've given this community over your 22 years was reflected back to you. And Somerville's colors really shine when one of our own is in need. And I think our community saw a family that was in need and a family that dedicated their lives to this community. So we thank you. Thank you. Godspeed to you. Roger.
I just want to thank everyone that came out and participated in the turkey trot on Thanksgiving morning. As of race time, we had 1,433 pre-registered racers, and then a multitude that showed up following thereafter, making it the most successful turkey trot I believe that we've had in the 10 years that it's been running. Thank you to the members of the rec committee that worked tirelessly to put the event on. Thank you to Kathy, the rec director, Kevin Sluka, who was there helping out on the morning of, and the rest of the staff that make the event possible. Again, it goes back to the volunteers, and the rec committee has some truly tremendous volunteers. So thank you for all that participated. Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Mr. Denis, for running. And hopefully next year we get even more participants, make it even better.
Awesome. And how did your son do?
My son, he did well. He was happy with his time. He came in second.
Yeah.
He just finished cross-country season, and when he finished, he crossed the line. He goes, I can finally take a break, because he was ready to go. So thank you.
That's
He did
awesome.
well.
Congratulations. It was a great day. It really was. Is Mr. Ferguson here yet? Yeah. All right. So we actually have, you can't see the crowd right now, but we actually have a very full house here. We have the Somerville High School Marching Band, and I'm hoping it's almost all of them here, which is absolutely incredible. And they're here for a very good reason. And I'm going to come down and I'm going to ask Council President Vroom to help me. We have a proclamation for every one of the marching band members, and we'd like to recognize each and every one of you. But I would like Mr. Ferguson to first come up and talk a little bit about why you're here tonight and the successes that the program has seen over the course of this season.
All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Mr. Ferguson. I am the director of bands here at Somerville High School. I'm here today to celebrate the students behind me. This year was a very historic year for the Somerville High School Marching Band. I can go through the list of almost every single achievement, some record-breaking achievements from these individuals. But I think most of all, the thing I want to celebrate is the students' dedication to this community in representing Somerville on not just a state level, but a regional and even a national level. This year, the Somerville High School Marching Band, we won the Ludwig Musser Classic, which we get to go to MetLife Stadium, performed against 60 other bands. We got first and got swept all captions. We went to our regional performance in Toms River. That was only against 3 bands in our division. I think it was 12 bands overall at that competition, but regionals is done in the Northeast region and a bunch of different areas. So we actually scored the highest amongst 114 bands across 6 states. And then we won state championships at TCNJ on November 2nd with a 94.6. So it's been a really quite amazing year for the Somerville High School Marching Band. And I just want to give them all the love and praise in the world for everything they achieved this year. So can we give them a round of applause?
Woo!
Yeah.
All right. All right, so there's a lot of you. So I'm first going to read the resolution. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to call each of your names and just come on up, shake my hand, and then walk over to Council President Vroom, and he's going to present you with your resolution. So first, this is a resolution honoring the Somerville High School Marching Band for the outstanding achievements during the 2025 season. Whereas the Somerville High School Marching Band has brought great pride and recognition to the Borough of Somerville through its dedication, talent, and musical excellence. And whereas, under the exceptional leadership of band director Mr. Ferguson, the students and staff of the Somerville High School Marching Band have shown extraordinary commitment, discipline, and teamwork throughout the 2025 marching season. And whereas, on October 18th, at the Ludwig Musser Classic at MetLife Stadium, the Somerville High School Marching Band earned first place out of 60 competing bands with a score of 89.6, and was further recognized with awards for Best Music, Best Overall Effect, Best Color Guard, and Best Percussion. And whereas on October 19th at the Central Jersey Regional Championships, the band achieved first place with an outstanding score of 95.2, sweeping all caption awards and earning the highest overall score among 114 bands across 11 regions in 6 states. It's incredible. And whereas on November 2nd at the New Jersey State Championship, the Somerville High School Marching Band again earned first place out of 32 competing bands with a score of 94.6, receiving honors for Best Music, Best Overall Effect, and Outstanding Band Director for Mr. Ferguson. And whereas it is most fitting, we recognize the 25 New Jersey State Championship under the leadership of Band Director Mr. Ferguson, and congratulate all the band members. I'll read all your names in a second. And whereas the accomplishments of the Somerville High School Marching Band reflect the dedication, hard work, and community spirit that are hallmarks of Somerville's youth and educators, and serve as an inspiration to the entire community. Now therefore be it resolved that the Mayor and Council of the Borough of Somerville do hereby recognize and congratulate the Somerville High School Marching Band, its directors, staff, and students for their extraordinary achievements during the 25 season and for representing Somerville with honor and excellence. Well done, each and every one of you. Now, I will absolutely butcher some of your names, just so you know right up front. So, and if I do, correct me, and we'll get the name correct. So I'm just going to call up the names, just kind of walk up. Soumya Anand. Not here, okay. Dominic Ascalis. Angel Bailey. Roma Batra. Ellie Bogris. All right. Emma Beckwith. Shivali Batala. Gray Bianchini. William Buziotis. Juliana Bua. Letitia Candido. Daisy Carranza. Congratulations. Vanessa Castro. Jacqueline Chen. Vivian Cody. Sophia Cruz. Tejas Daksh. Did I mess up that name? Olivia Dale. Sylvia Davis. Kayling Delgavio. Anna Diaz. Caprice Diani. John Dugan. Annalise Evans. Vanessa Exel. All right. Sophia Fenko. James Flores. Lopez Viona. Lopez Viona Gandhi. Zachary Gelino. Gianna Giampino. I'm doing okay with the names so far. Well, they're not here to correct me, so. Isabel Gomez. Congratulations. And an Isabella Gonzalez. Okay. Maxwell Greaves. Az Gruber. Noah Harris. Sahira Hussein. Darwin Jimenez. You could have done the shortcut. Carlos Kalbach. Isabella Keller. Landon Keller. Gitashri Komaneni. Evan Kunick. Graydon Lightstein. Vikrant Lubana. Rebecca Mazel. Francisco Marin. Oscar Maslowski. Jobin Matai. Vivian Matthews. Michael Maziars. Hayden Muhlenberg. Timmy Meisler. Mallory Meisler. Andrea Miguel Barrios. Isabella Milano. Samuel Moraes. Dara Moran. Gania Moranum. Is that right? Emma Muniz. Sebastian Naranjo. Gabriel Naranjo Lasso. Molly Osterman. Abigail Auersler. Caitlin Parker. Jenny Plazas. Luca Poravecchio. Paige Powers. Cherry Pucci. Nick Quijano. John Quintavala. Ivan Radzimski. Ben Robinson. Andrew Saliola. Leslie Santana. Arlene Santana. Alex Shire. Isabella Schur. Stella Cisco. William Skawira. Did I get that right? Did I get that right? No? She was too kind to correct me. Miguel Suazo. Owen Sumaski. Addie Swinsberg. Aaron Zumagala. Gabriel Testa. Raymond Trombador. Nat Zagombic. Jade Zhu. Paige Ziegler. And Luke Zivkovic. Is he here? No? Did I forget anybody? Is anybody left off? No? We're good. So we'll give the other resolutions to Mr. Ferguson so that you can get those into the students' hands. And again, our congratulations to you, to the entire marching band. And we have another marching band enthusiast up here, Councilman Conti, as well. But thank you all for doing Somerville proud. Thank you. Congrats. Thank you. So we're going to take about a 2-minute recess so you can all leave. 2 minutes. All right, we're going to continue on with our meeting, although those are very nice parts of our public meetings. At this point, we'll open up the meeting to the public. Can I have a motion to open the meeting?
So moved.
Second?
Discussion? Roll call.
Council members Teresa Bonner,
Yes.
Andrew Conti,
Yes.
Glenn Denny,
Yes.
Randy Pitts,
Yes.
Gina Stravic,
Yes.
Roger Vroom.
Yes.
Public portion is now open. Please state your name and address for the record, and please address your comments to me.
Hello, sir. My name is Tony Faber. I actually live in 1180 Raritan Road in Scotch Plains. And I'm here tonight because I heard you were going to consider a resolution put forth to consider in support of the Immigrant Trust Act. And I wanted to encourage the council to pass that resolution and encourage the Assembly and Senate in New Jersey to move forward with the Immigrant Trust Act and give protection to immigrants in the face of a world where ICE and other immigration groups are acting illegally in the state of New Jersey. I'm sure we've seen a lot of the things that have happened in New Jersey, but I'll just say the Immigrant Trust Act would prevent local governments from giving out immigration information and prevent ICE raids in places like schools and hospitals, which I think is consistent with the character of Somerville and of New Jersey. And this is very important. While there is an immigrant trust directive in place, ICE is using loopholes in the directive to do things that are borderline illegal and clearly unethical. If we have cooperation, say, between local law enforcement and immigration authorities, the community is very unlikely to cooperate with the police, which makes communities less safe. I could say a lot of different things about this, but I think I trust you to support this resolution, which again is in the spirit of New Jersey and this community. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your comments. Any other public comment?
Hi, my name is Donna Volpe, Schoolhouse Lane here in Somerville. I'm also here to speak in support of the Somerville adopting a resolution in favor of the Immigrant Trust Act. I strongly believe that the Immigrant Trust Act will benefit Somerville, not just immigrant families, but the entire community. First, the act will help ensure that all residents, no matter their immigration status, can access vital public services like healthcare, schooling, libraries, and shelter without fear that seeking these services could trigger immigration enforcement. That kind of security makes a community stronger because people are more likely to get the care, education, and support that their family needs. And that benefits us all. Second, residents already contribute significantly to New Jersey's economy, and by extension to towns like Somerville. Per a report titled Immigration and Labor Market published in May 2025 by Stockton University, foreign-born workers make up a substantial portion of New Jersey's labor force, and immigrant entrepreneurs and workers help support industries from construction and technology to small businesses and services. For example, in New Jersey, undocumented immigrants alone contribute to an estimated $1.3 billion in state and local taxes in 2022. That contribution helps fund public services used by all residents, including schools, infrastructure, and emergency services, improving life for everyone. Third, and critically, the act promotes public safety and community trust. When immigrants know that they can interact with local institutions safely, including reporting crimes, accessing medical care, shopping, or sending their children to school, they are more likely to come forward when they or their neighbors need help. That benefits everyone's safety and well-being. Finally, passing a resolution like this sends a clear message that Somerville is welcoming, inclusive, and that they value all residents. It helps immigrant families who may already live in fear feel safe and able to contribute fully. That sense of belonging builds stronger neighborhood ties and social cohesion. Supporting the Immigrant Trust Act is not just about immigrants. It's about what's best for Somerville as a whole: stronger public services, a healthier and safer community, and economic vitality grounded in inclusion and trust. Thank you for your time, and I urge you to join Somerset County and numerous other New Jersey towns and counties in passing this resolution. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments. Any other public comments?
Hello, everyone. I'm John Flores from William Street. I am here also to encourage the council to adopt the Immigrant Trust Act and to put guardrails on the questionable tactics of Immigration and Customs Enforcement, or ICE. Decent, hardworking people are being pulled off the streets by masked, unidentified federal agents here in New Jersey, here in Somerset County, just a couple of weeks ago in Bound Brook. There is very little transparency about who they are targeting, and many of the people apprehended by ICE appear to be falling into a legal black hole. Nearly all of the people apprehended are like me, people of color. There are reports that over 170 people that ICE has apprehended are, like me, US citizens. Today, there are over 65,000 people being held in ICE detention centers around the country. Nearly half of them don't have a criminal record. If the goal of this program is to deport violent criminals, it is catching a lot of innocent people in the net. I'm afraid for my family, I'm afraid for my friends, I'm afraid for my neighbors, I'm afraid for Somerville. I'm afraid that someone I know, someone that I love, is going to be taken and that they won't receive due process. I never thought that I'd have to ask local government to protect me from the actions of the federal government, but here we are. I'm asking you to protect me and my family and friends from the mass anonymous agents of the federal government who are acting without accountability. Please support the Immigrant Trust Act. Join the other municipalities and counties, including Somerset County, that have already done so. And let the communities of color of Somerville know that you have their back. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments. Any other public comment?
Hi, I'm Sherry Rust, Reimer Street, Somerville. Also here to talk about the Immigrant Trust Act, and we're asking Somerville to join the other New Jersey counties and municipalities in issuing a resolution to support the ITA. It'll limit the assistance that state, local, and county officials can provide to ICE and allows community members to seek support from public agencies for health and safety services and law enforcement agencies without fear of deportation. And I can tell you that this is a problem already, and it's a problem that's growing. People are afraid to come out and to get services. People are afraid to bring their kids to a hospital. It's not really what we want, I don't think, in our town. So this bill's been languishing in the State Senate Judiciary Committee without a vote since September of 2024, and we're hoping to push it through in the lame duck session now. There's many, many towns and counties, including ours, have spoken up about it. So we believe that our town's resources should support Somerville's values, Somerville's priorities, and not federal detention and deportation. Our Somerville police, they do a great job here fighting crime, and there's no reason to have our local law enforcement resources diverted to assist the violence that's committed by federal immigration enforcement. And I'm sure you've all seen ICE detaining individuals at churches, at hospitals, at schools. And as was mentioned, over 170 U.S. citizens have been detained without due process. And just 7% of immigrants taken by ICE to date have violent convictions, which was supposed to be the whole point of this process. So it has been popping up all around us. ICE has been documented in Bound Brook many times, in Manville, in North Plainfield, in Watchung, Dunellen, Edison, Newark, Flemington, all around us. They're detaining people based on their skin color, based on speaking Spanish, and based on the type of jobs that they have. So ICE agents are masked. They're not required to show ID, and there's no really good way to distinguish them from criminal imposters. And I've tried to do so. I've talked to ICE folks who have been in and around communities trying to get a hold of people, and it's not a great conversation to talk to somebody who's supposed to be in law enforcement and won't identify themselves. It does not make me feel safe as an individual. Additionally, kidnappings by criminals who pose as ICE agents have been reported all over the country. So that makes not just immigrants aren't safe, nobody is safe. And I know here in Somerville, everybody I know wants our residents to feel welcome, to be able to participate in our community life without fear. And issuing a resolution to support the ITA is a concrete step that we can take as a community to show our support of our residents and to help state legislatures understand our position. So we're asking that you pass this. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments. Any other public comment?
How you doing, Mr. Gallagher? Steve Moss. So I'm assuming, I don't do this too much, but I'm assuming you guys can't answer questions.
Just for your address for the record.
Okay, Steve Moss, I live at 311 Altamont Place.
Yeah, it's an opportunity for you to make comment to the Borough
Okay,
Council.
so I'm sure you're aware that there's a development being proposed in Bridgewater. It's by Time to Eat Diner. They're gonna enter our roads so they can circumvent the DOT, right? So we, as a neighborhood, put together about $17,000 of our own money. We got an attorney. We're suing them right now. You or someone said, we're not going to do anything until we know there's a building permit or a proposal. Today they were digging there. And I've been in construction my whole life. I work for some of the biggest developers in the nation. When we start digging, we're doing percolation tests for stormwater management. And we're deciding where the stormwater management's gonna go. Will the building be on this side or that side? So now I think it's time you guys start to do something about it, because a lot of families put out a lot of money, and I don't think they should have to, right? I pay $25,000 a year in taxes. It's absurd, right? So I think it's in your best interest, because if there's 20 units there, if you Google and study the statistics, that creates 9.7 cars per unit, which is 150 cars a day, whether that be Uber, FedEx, the mailman, people coming in and out. So that's 5,000 more cars a month on Cornell. But they use our roads as pass-throughs to circumvent Main Street. And we own half that road, Somerville, correct? I know you can't say anything, but that's fine, you nodded. So we need to look at that, right? Why should we have to pay more money for an attorney? We're gonna have to, you're taking away people's Christmas money. Not mine, I'll pay as much as they want, but there's a lot of people that need that $1,000 that we all put in. So I'm recommending you guys really take a look at this and shut it down. Otherwise, a lot of people are gonna move out of the community. Not for any other reason but for traffic. I just fought 4 years to get those flashing lights on Altamont. I even offered to buy them, and they were like, no, you can't buy them. I said, I'll put them up myself. No, you can't do that. So it's something you need to consider. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other public comment?
Maureen Dwyer, 275 West Summit Street. I'm really here just to confirm that it's the whole neighborhood. We all put a lot of money up for it. We just don't think it's right. When are we going to stop it? We all saw construction today. Are they going to knock down the trees and then say, oh, sorry, we didn't mean to? That's our buffer. If you look at all the statistics and everything, you don't want, all those trees to come down. It's going to hurt our neighborhood. There's no sidewalks over there. There's like a lot of things that are going to have to be addressed if they're going to open up that road. It's just not right. It's not a fit for the neighborhood right now. And we just want to make sure that, they said when something happened that you would get involved. So we're just here hoping that the council will get involved at this point. So thank you.
Thank you. Any other public comment? Hearing none, I'll ask for a motion to close.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call.
Council members: Teresa Bonner,
Yes.
Andrew Conti,
Yes.
Glenn Denny,
Yes.
Randy Pitts.
Yes.
Gina Stravic.
Yes.
Roger Vroom.
Yes.
So I will address some of the comments off of the Cornell Boulevard issue. What I will tell you is that it's not that the borough decided not to take a position. I can also tell you that we've had 3 or 4 attorneys looking at how we could take a position, given the circumstances that we currently have. And at this point, the borough does not have a standing in terms of the noticing that was done. And that is what I believe you're targeting right now as the residents. I was a little flabbergasted by it. I said, how can the borough not have standing? I represent 14,000 people. And the comment back to me was, we get it, we understand it, but the reality is you represent the corporation, the borough itself. which the borough did receive notification. So we don't have a standing. And if we actually filed suit, we potentially, Jeremy, correct me if I'm wrong, if we did file suit, it would be thrown out, and the residents then would be liable for the costs of all of that. So the borough took the position, at this point, because we do not have a standing in it, we cannot file. I will tell you, our planner, our engineer, and our attorneys, our redevelopment attorneys, our borough attorney, are all monitoring. We're all watching this. We have communication with the folks that are on your team, and we understand the position that you're in. So our role, and when we can take action, is when there is an application that is filed. So until there is something substantial, and I know it's frustrating, I get it, but there is nothing at this point that the borough can do legally. It's their piece of property. They have the ability, regardless of whatever is going on that property, it's their property. We can't control that. We can challenge, or I shouldn't say, challenge is not the right word. Let me rephrase that. When and if a site plan application is filed, that is when the borough will take a very keen interest in what is going on there. And it's not that we're not taking a keen interest right now. It's that we don't have any standing to take an interest right now. So when and if an application is filed, I can tell you that's going to have a significant impact on Cornell, on all of the streets that lead into Cornell, on West End Avenue. It's a problem, and you're right. They're bypassing the access permits that would be required to get onto 202, 206, because they'll never get them, because they're exiting onto an exit ramp or an entrance ramp onto 202, 206, which on its best day, on a Sunday morning at 6 a.m., is still a nightmare. It's awful. So what do they want to do? They want to dump it into Somerville. And personally, I find that absolutely wrong. And what I can tell you is, once a site plan is filed, if it's filed, that's when the borough will come in. And we will take very strong positions. I can't tell you. Sometimes you can't say what you want to say. But I can tell you that most everybody up here, I don't think there's anybody up here who doesn't agree with that position, that this is going to have a very serious effect on one of our neighborhoods. And we do not want to see that happen. So that's kind of the position we're in at this point. So we have to wait until and if a site plan application is filed. I would hope that the mayor of Bridgewater takes a very vehement position, as he did with the trees that came down on Chimney Rock, and that he would take that same position on this parcel of land, which is the last wooded area adjacent to the Somerville Circle. And I would like to see him out there doing the same thing. I would encourage him to do the same thing. I get the fact that, you're not against the proposed development per se, it's the impact that the development will have on our residential streets. And it's a reaction that is warranted. It's a reaction that I agree with, and it's a reaction that the borough will take issue with at the right time. So, and then as far as the Immigrant Trust Directive, we will pull that off of the agenda into its own, off of the consent agenda, and we'll take that up at the appropriate time on the agenda. All right, so we have ordinances for, you know what, before we do that, I want to pull a few resolutions off, because there's folks here that have been waiting very patiently, and I think it's very appropriate. So I will take them in order. So the first one is number 322, is naming the Family Fun Ride bike race in honor of Frank Quinn, former Somerville Recreation Director. Frank was our longtime Recreation Director, and the Rec Committee took a position which I think is a great one. I don't know if you want to talk to this, if you want. Please. Okay. And you know, Frank dedicated his entire life to the borough of Somerville and did some wonderful things for our recreation, for our children, for our facilities, and I think this is a very nice honor for Frank. So I'll ask for a motion on 322.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call.
Council members: Teresa Bonner,
Yes.
Andrew Conti,
Yes.
Glenn Denny,
Yes.
Randy Pitts,
Yes.
Gina Stravic,
Yes.
Roger Vroom.
Yes.
All right, and then 326 is authorizing the Emergency Operations Center at 85 North Gaston Avenue, Somerville, New Jersey, to be named in honor of Leroy Roy Gunselman III. I know he's got a number of family members here as well. I think this is a very fitting tribute to a man who understood the meaning of service for and to Somerville. Spent his entire life, whether it was with the Hook and Ladder Company, with the emergency committee, the rescue squad. He just lived and breathed emergency services in Somerville, and I think it's heartwarming and wonderful to see his family here, and to see his fire family here, and his squad family here. And I think that that's just wonderful, and it's a fitting tribute to a great man who did great things for Somerville. So thank you for coming. So I'll ask for a motion on 326.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Roll call.
Council members: Teresa Bonner,
Yes.
Andrew Conti,
Yes.
Glenn Denny,
Yes.
Randy Pitts,
Yes.
Gina Stravic,
Yes.
Roger Vroom.
Yes.
Does anybody want to say anything? And it's okay if you don't. I don't want to put you on the spot. I just think it's wonderful that you're all here, so thank you. And thank you for sharing Roy with Somerville. It was a blessing for us. All right, and then 328 is authorizing the pickleball court located on Veterans Memorial Drive to be named in honor of Ken Cornell Pickleball Courts. Is there any family members of Ken's here? No, okay. I talked a bit at the last meeting about Ken Cornell, and he was definitely Mr. Somerville, Mr. Recreation. He just, he lived and breathed and helped so many kids in this municipality. If you recall, we had the skate park down where the pickleball courts are now, and he started that, and he ran it for many years. And any given day during the summer, you'd see him down there making sure that the kids took care of it. Not only was he making sure that everything ran right, he was teaching kids how to take care of their own stuff, and he did it well. He was also a man ahead of his time, because he would spend his winters down in Florida, and he came back talking about pickleball. And this is 10, 15 years ago, and nobody knew what the heck pickleball. Ken, what is pickleball? Oh, it's great. It's kind of like tennis. And he was ahead of his time. And so I think it's, again, a nice fitting tribute that these courts are named in honor of Ken Cornell. So I'll ask for a motion on 328.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Roll call.
Council members: Teresa Bonner,
Yes.
Andrew Conti,
Yes.
Glenn Denny,
Yes.
Randy Pitts,
Yes.
Gina Stravic,
Yes.
Roger Vroom.
Yes.
All right, ordinances for public hearing and adoption. These are ordinances that were introduced 2 meetings ago. Ordinance number 2777 is amending Chapter 102 of the Code of the Borough of Somerville, Article 11, as noted, by adding subsection R. Mr. Cole, our planner, I will ask you to give a very brief overview of what this is for the edification of the public, please.
Thank you, Mayor. The ordinance adds a section on the checklist for land development applications that requires any substantial development to come before the council for review, and the council deems appropriate to be designated redeveloper. It's part of the checklist so that it's done up front, as opposed to in the past it's done post approval of one of the boards. So that's in the nutshell. There's a slight tweak to the language the redevelopment council suggested to clarify shall and so forth. But other than that, it's what was introduced.
Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you, Mike. Okay, I'll ask for a motion to open the public hearing.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call.
Council members Teresa Bonner,
Yes.
Andrew Conti,
Yes.
Glenn Denny,
Yes.
Randy Pitts.
Yes.
Gina Stravic.
Yes.
Roger Vroom.
Yes. Public hearing on 2777 is now open. Hearing none, I'll ask for a motion to close.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call.
Council members Teresa Bonner,
Yes.
Andrew Conti.
Yes.
Glenn Denny.
Yes.
Randy Pitts.
Yes.
Gina Stravic.
Yes.
Roger Vroom.
Yes. Okay. Motion for adoption, please.
So moved.
Second?
Discussion? Roll call.
Council members Teresa Bonner,
Yes.
Andrew Conti,
Yes.
Glenn Denny.
Yes.
Randy Pitts.
Yes.
Gina Stravic.
Yes.
Roger Vroom.
Yes.
All right, 2779 is amending Chapter 102-95, Article 11, entitled Zoning, creating subsection H, entitled Zoning and Affordable Housing Inclusionary Development. Mr. Cole, would you give us an overview on that as well, please?
Thank you, Mayor. This is the overlay zoning, which is otherwise known as inclusionary zoning. It's in the housing element. Fair Share Plan is a draft adoption. This requires that any developments that create 5 or more dwelling units to have affordable obligation, that has to be addressed with this ordinance. The borough has until March of 2026 technically to adopt this, but to be proactive and keep the process moving, that's in front of you. It's in front of you for adoption, for movement, yes. So it's been basically the same language that's been around since June of this year, and basically says it doesn't matter where the development's going to occur, anywhere in the borough, there's an obligation if the proposed development creates 5 or more dwelling units. And just to make sure everybody's aware, any development that's under 5 units, the development fee ordinance was adopted earlier this year. So you have the development fee that covers units under 5 units, and then you have in front of you the ordinance that covers the 5 or more units.
Great. Okay. Thank you, Mike. Motion to open the public hearing on 2779.
So moved.
Second?
Discussion? Roll call.
Council members Teresa Bonner,
Yes.
Andrew Conti.
Yes.
Glenn Denny.
Yes.
Randy Pitts.
Yes.
Gina Stravic.
Yes.
Roger Vroom.
Yes.
All right, public hearing is now open. Hearing none, I'll ask for a motion to close.
So moved.
Second?
Discussion? Roll call.
Council members Teresa Bonner, Andrew
Yes.
Conti.
Yes.
Glenn Denny.
Yes.
Randy Pitts.
Yes.
Gina Stravic.
Yes.
Roger Vroom.
Yes.
All right, 2779, motion for adoption, please.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call.
Council members Teresa Bonner,
Yes.
Andrew Conti.
Yes.
Glenn Denny.
Yes.
Randy Pitts.
Yes.
Gina Stravic.
Yes.
Roger Vroom.
Yes.
Okay, consent resolutions. We're going to pull off 324 and 325 for their own vote. Are there any others that anybody would like? Okay, so let's do the consent resolution first. 321 is accepting a grant of up to $300,000 from the Hazardous Discharge Site Remediation Fund through the New Jersey Economic Development Authority and the Department of Environmental Protection. 323 is authorizing an application for funding from the New Jersey Department of Environmental Protection's Green Acres Program, Carroll Pager Ballfields Project. 327 is authorizing a refund in the amount of $1,622.50 to 106 Veterans Memorial Drive, application 2024-117Z from the escrow account. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Roll call.
Council members Teresa Bonner,
Yes.
Andrew Conti.
Yes.
Glenn Denny.
Yes.
Randy Pitts.
Yes.
Gina Stravic.
Yes.
Roger Vroom.
Yes.
All right, 324 is adopting the municipal flag display policy and United States flag lowering policy. Just a comment before I ask for a motion. I agree with everything in there, in the flag policy. There's only one minor revision I would suggest, which is on our municipal facilities, Borough Hall, the firehouses, the Emergency Operations Center. There's a line in there that says you can post flags of culture. And my feeling is that on the municipal facilities themselves, they should be relegated to just the American flag, the state flag, POW, and the KIA flag. I don't believe, whether it's the Irish flag, whether it's the Ukrainian flag, whether it's, my feeling is that those should be relegated to Main Street, which are more social commentary flags, which I fully support. But my feeling is that on the municipal buildings themselves, they should be relegated to just those flags. I see a challenge sometimes in who determines what is the appropriate flag. And if you open it up for one, you open it up for all. So that would be my only comment on that, that we just eliminate the cultural flag from Borough Hall, the emergency headquarters, and the firehouses, and DPW. Otherwise, on Main Street, all of our, on Division Street, that's where I believe the cultural flags are more appropriate.
Is this a unique policy to Somerville, or is this something that is shared among all communities in New Jersey or nation? Like, what was the premise for the language?
Councilwoman, the reason that the adoption has come about, it was talked about 3 or 4 years ago. There were certain requests being made to hang flags at municipal buildings. The borough didn't have a policy in place. They had an internal policy that was basically a practice. So over a period of time, we've kind of created this. It's very similar to most municipalities, and it's pretty much what we follow. And then recently, in the last year, there was a flag raising that resulted in some questions as to our policy. So this is a policy that would be formalized the way it's written, so that the borough has an adopted policy that it could stand behind as to say, this is what we do, this is the policy.
So the language, though, the mayor refers to the cultural flags. Is that, what does everybody else do?
So
Not that we have to do what everybody else does, but like what's the standard?
Yeah, so the language, that particularly relates to, that was flag raisings, for instance, in Borough Hall. We've raised the Irish flag for St. Patty's Day. We've raised the Pride flag for Pride Month. And that has taken place at Borough Hall at one time. So that particular phrase that the mayor is speaking about is referencing those types of flags. If we eliminate them at Borough Hall and the emergency services facility, they would be either banners or something that the DSA would utilize in their in their expression of those events. Right. So right now, there during St. Patty's Day, there are banners that go up on Main Street and Division, right?
But he's talking about the flagpoles, right? Yeah. He's talking about flagpoles.
Yeah, our flagpoles, yeah, just the municipal flagpoles.
Do we have enough flagpoles to put this in? So then if we don't have a cultural flagpole, are we missing one?
So what happens is, like, for instance, and just using an example, is the Irish flag is raised at this singular flagpole that's at Borough Hall. That's what happens prior to the St. Patty's Day event. So they use that flagpole, and it raises, and then it's lowered and removed after that ceremony. Hopefully that provides clarification.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, what's the military policy? You're saying that's why it goes back to my original question. Where did this come from? So is it just AI? Did we make it up? Is this what our practice?
No, a lot of it is a standard policy that's issued, I assume by the federal government. It gets a little more customizable when it comes to the local flag raisins and lowerings. For instance, if we have a local person that has passed away, there may be a local order. The policy, the federal policy doesn't lend to that. Right. So this does provide some customization to local authorities.
Yeah, I just don't see this as a heavy lift. To me, it's really, we know the 4 flags that are flown. It takes away any, Kevin doesn't have to make a decision, which really it shouldn't fall to you. And who is the ultimate arbiter of what's right and what's wrong? Did we raise a flag for National Cheese Day? It gets a little cumbersome. So this way, on the municipal facilities, it's the 4 flags. That's it. And we'll call it the social side of it is relegated to Main Street. And I think that's,
Yeah.
to me, that's good.
I think that's a good call.
So a motion to amend?
If we're making amendments, I do have a little other section of language, and I mean no offense by this, but the mayor having the ability for any reason deemed appropriate, including but not limited to. I'd like to take out the any reason deemed appropriate and including but not limited to, so the mayor can deem it, lower the flags for a death of a current former borough official, employees, or significant community members, but not just on a whim, because what if it's not you, Brian, and somebody wants to do it for some reason that is aggravating to others and not officially proclaimed or asked for and not related to something?
Yeah, I understand that, and I know there was a whole lot of discussion nationwide about
Sure.
Reducing flags or lowering them to half-mast. I don't know that you want to take that ability away from a mayor. That is a discretion that the mayor has. And what it has also been done in this is it's been opened up to the council president as well, which I think is appropriate. You know, you have to give the mayor and/or the council president some latitude and discretion. And I would hope that that discretion is used well. The reality is we follow the guideline, whether it's a presidential directive, a gubernatorial directive, and really the only directives that are done at the local level are typically for local icons who have passed. And that's appropriate. You know, taking that ability and that discretion away from the mayor and/or the council president, I think is wrong.
Yeah, I think we should do it for those reasons. I just don't think it should be any reason whatsoever, is my only.
Well, what I would say is leave it in, and if there is an indiscretion by a future mayor, because this one won't,
Right.
then the council at that time has the ability to take it away.
Anybody else?
A motion to amend, make 2 amendments, 1 to reduce the mayor's power, and 2 to remove the cultural flag.
I second that.
I would prefer that we remove the cultural flags. I think that giving our civic leaders the ability to make, you know, a judgment call about a local, you know, person, and if we want to put that in, I think maybe that's the more amenable fix, would be that it is, you know, the mayor would have or the council president would have the ability to lower the flags for a local, you know, dignitary or icon, as the mayor said before, and maybe then we can deal with that, since it's that would be more apt to what you were discussing before. So we could say that if, you know, in the event that a local, you know, dignitary or person of renown has passed, that's where we put the stoppage, if that's where the language is hanging up.
Yeah, I wouldn't say remove item 4 entirely. I would say just any reason deemed appropriate, including but not limited to.
Well, I think we empower, we not empower, but we.
And that would leave the.
Well, but you have to project out. One, you know, I think you're projecting that a distrust of the mayor and/or the council president.
Right.
2, there are events that take place that may warrant it. So it's not just relegated to icons. So therein is the inclusionary element of as the mayor or the council president deeming it necessary. I would suggest highly that you leave it as is. You know, these things happen quickly, and again, it may not be a person, it may be an event that, and move on. I would say I agree with the idea of the cultural, and then just leave it be, and if there's an indiscretion, council can address it.
I would agree that the power should coexist between the mayor and the council president.
Just for a point of clarity, this limits it to just the mayor and the council president in town that can direct it, right? This isn't like the fire chief, for whatever reason, wants to, okay. No offense, Joe, just asking.
I think, again, I at the end of the day, you know, we have to trust those of us that are sitting here.
Well, I mean, I think we're all here to make group decisions too. So, I mean, why can't we all be consulted?
Again,
We
I
should
think
all
that-
be in agreement.
That speaks to what the mayor is saying. If there's a situation where we want to make sure that we act, and there's times throughout the month, throughout the days, where decisions are made that all of us are not consulted on, because it's something that we have to address at that time to be sensitive to the situation. And I think having a quorum, we can't do that unless we're at a meeting.
Right.
So we need to make sure that in those circumstances that and I'm not going to be sitting here forever, the council president or the mayor has the opportunity to make those decisions and not wait for the next meeting to make it happen.
So you're saying three of us can't be texted, we can't be consulted in advance?
We can't vote.
You
unless
can't
we
vote,
meet
right.
together.
So
So we
if
couldn't
we're
approve
going around,
something.
then we're asking for your official position.
Yeah, we can't.
And that would be considered against the sunshine laws.
I mean, I will tell you, the council president was added to this in light of a representation of council, right? So the policy that we have followed for all the years I've been here is the mayor has the ability to pick up the phone call the business administrator, and the actions occur. In all those years that I've been here, I don't particularly recall any issue of anything ever occurring of a question of a flag. But there are situations, and I do recall one where there was there was a police officer, if you recall, that was killed in action that had a relationship to someone in the municipality, and the funeral was at Immaculate Conception, which I believe we lowered the flag for. So that kind of that line is deemed appropriate. Like, no one thought that was inappropriate, but it doesn't specifically fall into a category, right? So the person, didn't live here; their family was here.
Sure.
So I mean, that's just an instance that I recall. I mean, I don't know. And we added the council president, obviously. Well, I say we, I did. Really, if the mayor wasn't around, the council president could order it. That's one thing, because he's acting mayor at that time. But more importantly, it represents maybe the council interest, just in case the mayor and the council did not have the same interest, right? And in all these cases, no matter who orders it, it only takes one person to order it, and we would act upon it. And again, it's just to create a policy so that we have something in place if we get questioned as to a particular request to lower.
All right, well, where are we in the voting then? On
Well,
this?
you have
I'm a little lost.
Yeah, I was a little. I
You
think
have
we made a
mo-
motion. And a second
You have
for
a
it.
motion and a second on the floor
For the
to
two
make
amendments.
For the two
two
amendments,
changes. Certainly, if there's a decision otherwise, you can have a subsidiary motion which could override that motion.
So we can either move forward with a vote on that, or you can revise your motion to just the first.
I'm not willing to revise the motion.
Okay, well, let's drive it to a vote.
So just so I'm clear,
so-
the,
Yes vote would be in favor of the amendment that.
Two amendments.
The
Yeah.
councilman has proposed.
Yeah, and we don't have the resolution on the floor yet. Correct? That's
Yes.
not on the floor.
It is.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It is. We voted, and this is the discussion
This is the
after
discussion.
after
All
the
right.
first motion and the
All
second.
right, so first is the motion to amend for the two amendments.
Right.
If you don't agree with both amendments, then
Yes.
You're voting no.
you're voting no.
And then we could entertain a motion for a single amendment.
Correct.
Right.
Okay. So a no vote means we will go to a motion for a single amendment. All right, roll call.
council members, Teresa Bonner,
No.
Andrew Conti,
Yes.
Glenn Denny,
No.
Randy Pitts,
No.
Gina Stravic,
Yes.
Roger Vroom.
No.
Okay. So now I'll entertain a motion for the single amendment regarding the cultural flag.
Someone needs to make it.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Roll call.
Council members, Teresa Bonner,
Yes.
Andrew Conti,
Yes.
Glenn Denny,
Yes.
Randy Pitts,
Yes.
Gina Stravic,
Yes.
Roger Vroom.
Yes.
Okay. All right, now that we have that out of the way. All right, number 325 is supporting the Immigrant Trust Act. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. All right, one point of discussion before you vote. What I will tell folks, there's two things. One, most of all that is covered in the Immigrant Trust Act is already governed by the Attorney General and the restrictions that he's placed on police departments and police officers and their interactions. So I don't know really what the effect of this will be, because we already have to abide by the Attorney General's restrictions. That's just the way police departments are covered. The second part of this is, and this isn't, I'm not commenting on the pros or cons. There's pros and cons on all sides, and all it does is drive people apart. It doesn't drive people together. What concerns me is that we are taking up an issue that's a federal issue, and typically Somerville doesn't do that. We have typically kind of relegated to those issues that we will have a direct effect on. And I know folks are going to, I know exactly what folks are going to say, but this opens up a slippery slope for the Borough Council. I understand the folks that want this. I understand the folks that don't want this. I get it. My concern is that this begins to open up conversations at this table that are more federal or state level conversations, and we're not focusing on Somerville issues. And I would caution the council on this approach. So, having said that, discussion.
I think historically, we very infrequently step into this arena of supporting a bill of any kind. I mean, this is the first one we've done this year where we said, please state we support X, Y, and Z. And in the past, we have issued at least a proclamation to align ourselves with some of the national ongoings. At the end of the day, this is a resolution to say, hey, state legislators, please do this. It's not really, we're not enacting this, right, guys? It's not coming from us. We're not giving a new directive to the police that doesn't exist at the moment. But I do think it's valuable to support that New Jersey codify this in case in the future our Attorney General's direction does change. We at least have what will impact Somerville, in my mind, is us losing folks from the community that are vital for our economic and for our community culture and interests. I mean, we can't grow without folks feeling safe in town, and we can't operate a lot of the businesses without folks being able to go to work and school and whatnot without fear of being disrupted by the federal government. So at the end of the day, I mean, we don't need to get into all the national politics side of this, but the request before us is simply that we pass this resolution to encourage the state to consider it on their end and strongly consider passing it on their end. So while I hear and agree with a lot of what you said there, I think it does directly impact us. I think the symbolic support of this, at the very least, shows to those in our community that could be affected by this that we have, at the very least, a distaste for how this is happening, if not, some obvious opposition. So my point of view on this personally is just that we should do all we can to protect our community members, and if supporting this would add additional protections and enable the police to do their jobs of protecting us a little bit more effectively without distractions, I'm in support of it. So that's just my discussion on this.
Any other comment?
I think that this is not our first foray into immigration. This council and the borough has multiple times with the county hosted the Flag Day / naturalization ceremony, which is usually at the county steps. The last time we did it was in the county courtroom because not county courtroom, in the county chambers because due to weather. But we have supported folks and their path to citizenship, and having a ceremony for them again hosted by Somerville with the county, at the county. But we have supported them in their journeys to becoming naturalized naturalized citizens. Wow, it's been a long day. I apologize. And I think this is just one more step in that direction, that we show, that we support our immigrants, and that we look, again, I look forward to us having the naturalization ceremony in the future. I think it's a great thing that Somerville does, and to see the looks on those folks' faces, it's amazing to see them go through that whole journey and become United States citizens. And I think that this act protects those people in that process, and gives them, obviously it's two different things, but you have to feel safe to go through that lengthy process. And anyone who's gone through that process of becoming naturalized, it is a long process. 10 years, I think, is the minimum. And I think that this gives people that feeling that they can make that, they can get there.
Any other public comment? Sorry, not public comment, but council comment. Roll call.
Council members: Teresa Bonner,
Yes.
Andrew Conti,
Yes.
Glenn Denny,
Yes.
Randy Pitts,
Yes.
Gina Stravic,
Yes.
Roger Vroom.
Yes.
All right, bills and vouchers, Roger.
I make a motion to pay bills and vouchers in the amount of $1,112,699.74.
Second.
Discussion. Roll call.
Council members: Teresa Bonner,
Yes.
Andrew Conti,
Yes.
Glenn Denny,
Yes.
Randy Pitts,
Yes.
Gina Stravic,
Yes.
Roger Vroom.
Yes.
Mr. Conti, I will entertain a motion for adjournment.
I have a motion for